Live while I am here at Silver Dollar City today, and I cannot wait to share some fun things around the park with you. I'm currently hanging out over under this beautiful covered porch as everyone starts to come into the room, and then after people start to arrive, we will start to move around just a little bit to check out what's going on in the park today. Now, I have been here filming several different things, and I'll be in the area for several days, so I can't wait to share some of the amazing things that are going on here in the park. Now, I like to do a little impromptu live here and there so you guys can see what's going on with me, but also so today, that's exactly what we're doing. And as you can see, it's a glorious, beautiful, amazing day here at the park. And so I cannot wait to walk around with you guys just a little bit. Hi, how are you? Northern New York, that is absolutely awesome. I'm gonna be kind of chatting with you guys as we go. There is a little bit of a wind noise going on and I couldn't really do anything about that. The breeze is very welcomed because it has been very warm today. So just bear with me a little bit, okay guys? That's what happens when we're on the road and we're live. But yeah, I've been filming some great things. I'm super excited to introduce you to the Bluegrass and Barbecue Festival today. I sat in on a very special guest that you guys will see on an upcoming upload. I was able to sit in on one of the scheduled 9 visits from Rhonda Vincent today. Oh my goodness, it was just absolutely fabulous. Her and the Rage were just fabulous. They were so good. And on top of that, I have been doing some of the food tasting here on the Bluegrass and Barbecue Tasting Passport. So, as you can only imagine, there will be some yummy treats coming up very soon. But look at this, guys. Absolutely glorious. And it's nice to be in the green area now. I was in the desert for a very long time, and oh, it's nice to be back where it's nice and green again. I am not in Texas right now. I'm actually in Branson, Missouri, and I am doing some crazy things, some fun things. I have a full list of things thanks to one of you guys at home who I will be going to. I have some videos coming from this area that I'm gonna kind of stagger so that you all can see some of the cool things that are going on because some changes have happened since I was here last. Yes, an absolutely beautiful area. In fact, in just a minute, I'm going to take you guys down here and just let you see one of the coasters so you can kind of see what the layout of the park is as we walk around. Anyone who has not been to Silver Dollar City before, I highly recommend visiting this park. It is a family-friendly environment. They have wonderful food. Throughout the year, they have different styles of music. There are tons of different festivals, and it's just something that's kind of one of those things in the Midwest that if you know, you know. I'm just saying. As for everyone who is coming in, I am very happy to see that you are taking a little bit of time away from your Sunday, your Mother's Day, to spend it with me. So I appreciate each and every one of you. And to all the moms who are tuning in, happy Mother's Day. I hope that you are having a wonderful day and that you're having a nice relaxing moment with your family. If you are not, then you're part of the family today as we walk around. So that's what matters. Now, again, I am just gonna let the room fill in just a little bit more and then we're gonna take off and I'm gonna flip the camera so you guys can see some more of the things that are here in the park. Now, every season they theme the park a bit different. So right now they have Bluegrass and Barbecue, which means you're finding lots of patriotic colors, amazing flavors. As you walk around, you just get this whiff of amazingness. Oh my goodness, it's so good. And then the flowers are in full bloom, so it's a perfect time of year to visit. I am fortunate that there is, again, the breeze because it got a little toasty today. I'm going to be going ahead and putting away all my other cameras so I can focus on you guys. And I'm taking this time to just kick back for just a couple minutes. Oh my goodness, hello Betty in Vegas. Nice to see you coming to the Chit Chat today. If you guys are enjoying what you see as you go around the park, feel free to leave comments. I will be able to see it. I just won't be able to flip the camera back and forth because then everybody will be like, oh my goodness. Yeah, so I think what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna show you what we're looking at in front of me. Right here, we're gonna go to this corner and I'm gonna show you where one of the roller coasters actually is. So we're gonna go over here and then you'll be able to see a little piece of it right over there. There you go, that is the Time Traveler right there. So yeah, that one is a really fun one, but it is one that also goes around and around and around and up and down and all sorts of stuff. So this is a beautiful area. This used to be the culinary school, but right now it is actually a furniture shop. So yeah. And just to make sure that I don't make you guys motion sick as we go, I will be centrally focusing because the camera can focus as it points in one direction. So I'll take you to different places and I'll show you around this way. That way you don't feel like you're bobbling around. Let me show you some of the beautiful flowers that are fully in bloom here right now. Look at this, guys. Woo, pretty, 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 yes. Absolutely beautiful. This is one of my favorite things about how Silver Dollar City is set up. Everything is just so quaint and absolutely gorgeous. Very nice, very refreshing. And again, this whole area right here, just all of these beautiful flowers that are starting to come out in bloom. Now, being here on a Sunday, some of the shows are a bit different. So like the Red Gold Theater, which is behind me, they're actually not doing a show today. Rhonda Vincent is on her last day of her limited engagement, so 4 o'clock is her last show. And yeah, so it's one of those things that if you come in on a Sunday, it's a little bit more relaxed and you can enjoy yourself a little bit more. Again, more theming, awesome, right? So let's flip the camera and go over to this area. Let me get through some of this. How are you guys doing, Lost Renegades? Hello. Hello, Diane. Hello, Betty. Oh my goodness. So many of you are joining me today. Thank you so much for joining me on your Mother's Day. I hope you're having a wonderful day. And just because you don't have kiddos does not mean you cannot celebrate. In fact, Lost Renegades, you're a mom too. You have the fur babies. Here you go, guys. Here's some of the theming here at the park. Look at this. All of these bright red flowers have been kind of adorning all of the different window boxes and things like that. It's just really pretty. And then they have moved a few things around since I was here last. The face painter is over here now. And they have a couple of other things that are in different places too. I'll show you in just a minute. But yeah. So while I'm in the Branson area, I will be here for approximately 8 days, guys. Just doing all sorts of fun stuff. And if you have any suggestions as to places I should go while I'm here, let me know, because I am always game for some new suggestions, especially if there's something super fun I hadn't done before. This place right here, they have the Tater Twists. Oh my goodness. Last time I was here that I ate a Tater Twist, somebody told me to try powdered ketchup for the first time. I do not regret that moment. In fact, I will probably repeat that moment sometime later this week. It was super tasty. So whenever you're here, right now they have a tasting passport, which the tasting passport gives you for 30 some odd dollars, you get to choose 5 different things to eat. And they have something here at the tasting passport also. Hi Lillian, what's up? So let's get over to an area that's a little less crowded. And as we do, we'll just walk and talk. Oops, excuse me. I always try not to just throw people out there into the video if they don't want to be. So I think that's kind of important. But yeah, since I was here last in Branson, a few things have changed. I noticed that in downtown, they actually have demolished a building, which, okay, I wasn't expecting that. I drove through this morning, and if anybody's been to Branson, it's the building that used to have the people on top, if you know what I'm talking about. That one's no longer here. So that was kind of interesting. And then also, the Trax Park has put in a new small roller coaster, and they're really working on the property. There's a couple snow cone stands that have moved in because it's summertime. So yeah, all in all, pretty neat. And yeah, so those are a few of the things I'll be showing in some upcoming videos, but I think we're going to turn right up here, if I can just get around the crowd. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Again, don't want to put people in videos that don't want to be in videos. So yeah, I think that's kind of one of the things that I enjoy about coming to Branson is every time I come, it's a little bit different than the last. And I will be making several swoops through this year, so it'll be pretty fun. Now, look at this, guys. Look at this. Here we go. Boom. So these guys right here, this is one of the places that you can get some of the best food here in the park. They have these skillets and they are so good. Now, whenever you're here for Bluegrass and Barbecue, just like other festivals, they have items marked if they are part of the tasting passport. So this is right here. Let's see if we can see inside the window. Yep. They're always cooking up something good in there. Just saying, guys. They're always making good food. I think we're gonna go to the swinging bridge right now. I'm glad that you think so. I just wanted to show people kind of why I come here. I do a lot of videos here, I really enjoy this park. I've been coming here since I was a kid, so it always brings me joy to come back and visit again. But yeah, so let's get over here away from the crowd. And hello, Collie and Kyle. Oh. I swallowed a gnat a while ago. I haven't recovered yet. Now, this right here. Look at this. I love this. This is like one of my favorite things to do every time I come here. It's absolutely just a pass through. But believe it or not, this is considered to be a ride, guys. Where do I park? I park in the main lot. So today I'm parked in, I think, lot 3. I just kind of come in and go where they tell me. Hi, Dad. I'm gonna let some people pass me real quick because I'm slow. But yeah, this is the Swinging Bridge. It's a beautiful place. During the fall, this is one of my favorite places to see the leaves here because you can just kind of take your time and it's completely blanketed. It's gorgeous. During spring, also gorgeous. I mean, check this out. Like, super fun. It bounces, but overhead, woo! Can you see why I like it during fall? This whole area is like a beautiful orange and gold during fall. And I'll flip the camera again in just a second. Okay, here you go. Now, this area has remained pretty much the same. There's not much difference, but we do have just up here, the water is flowing again. During winter time, it is not, but right now it is. And I'm sorry if there's any bobble, guys. Just trying to take you along for the ride, but this thing does bounce. Where do I park at night? I actually really enjoy a couple of the parks here that I will gladly pay to park at. And also, there is a free campsite that I found that I'm going to be sharing on an upcoming video because it was awesome. It was so awesome. So this is the water wheel area. Let me show you what this looks like. Okay, we've got a little bit of a glare because of the sun, but isn't that beautiful? I literally could sit at this thing for a very long time because it's just so peaceful. And then over here, look at that. Now, one of the things that I will tell you, whenever you come here, there's a lot of hills, so wear good shoes. I say that a lot, but in this part of the country, definitely wear some good shoes for this long walk, especially if you get over to the side over by where some of the other rides are. In fact, if you get over there where they do the saloon show, there's this massive hill that's like a straight up hill, and it is not for the faint of heart, guys. It is not for the faint of heart, that's for sure. But yeah, it's a beautiful park. One of my favorite parks to go to, and I've been to a lot of different parks. So I love that I get to share little glimpses of it with you guys today. So much food everywhere. Okay, so let me talk to you about the food. I'm currently on a walk because I am in a food coma. Believe it or not, if I were to curl up in a ball right now, I would go to sleep because I just ate the biggest thing of barbecue ever. Oh my gosh. Tasting passport is no joke, guys. So tasting passport, again, you get to do all these little tastes and then they punch out your little passport as you go. For $32, you have 5 tastes. Now, I will say this, I have never finished a tasting passport in a single day because the food just ends up being too big. Even though they give you slightly smaller portions than regular size, I am always full after I eat just a couple of these because they're so big. It just happens that way. So today I had 2 things, and whenever I finished the first one, I was good. I was still moving. I was grooving and going, and I was moving and grooving. The second one, I became a slug. Instantly became a slug. Like, there was no more movement after that at all. And that was pretty much the it of it for me. But yeah, so very good food everywhere. And this park is based on the 1800s. So as you're going around, you'll see things like this, which is the old mill. or you'll see a blacksmith or a glass blower, and all of the things that you find around the park are just awesome, and they're things that you won't find at other parks. So as we kind of go around, I'll show you a few more of those. I'm hoping we can hit a demo, maybe. I'm not sure. Now the music itself is harder to stream with you guys because of obvious copyright. However, I am going to be back a little bit later this week, and I'm going to try to stream one whole show for you guys, just so you can kind of get an idea of the feel of the park through music, because I think that that's a big, huge part of what they do here. But yeah, I think that that's kind of why I wanted to hop on and show you guys what was going on. Oh my goodness, oh hi, oh girl. I'm so glad that you enjoyed the postcard. That is amazing, yay! That makes me happy, happy, happy. As you can see, I am no longer in the Southwest. I am now in the lush greenery of Missouri. And I have been in Missouri for a few days now, just enjoying different aspects of different things to do. Now, as we kind of go up here, I'm gonna try to sit down for a moment so I can show you a few of the buildings, but also so I can get a little drink since I decided to swallow a gnat. Super fun, super fun. That's the part of vlogging while walking that doesn't always work out. But yeah, so we're going up, 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 and then I'll show you around again. Just don't want to be bouncy. I tried to set up my GoPro so we could stream and not have any kind of like movement, but it couldn't connect to the Wi-Fi. So, hello from Canada, hello from Missouri. In fact, I think we'll go right over here by Sullivan's Mill. That's where I actually did my very first live here on YouTube, is right down here in this area. So this is a good spot to start, I think. Let's go down here. Make sure there are no critters in the bushes. And we will sit for a moment. Now, while we are sitting, let me adjust you guys. And this is where we are. This is the Sullivan's Mill area. This area used to be known for the amazing bread that they would sell inside, and they still do have a lot of fresh baked goods. However, they now have another spot over by Mystic River Falls, which is the main water ride now, and they have the bread there. So, hi from St. Louis. I was just in St. Louis. It was so much fun. In fact, I went to 2 different places, and I will have upcoming videos on those very soon. Let's see if I can do this without making you guys nauseous. I'm trying to get my drink off of my bag. There is a struggle amongst us, guys. There is a struggle amongst us. Okay. Okay, we are good now. Sorry about that. I had a little intermission there because of my need for fluid. But now that we have done that, let me pick up where we left off and tell you a little bit more about Sullivan's Mill. Now inside here you can actually still get fresh milled flour. It smells so good in there, by the way. If you also want cheap cookies or inexpensive cookies, this is a great place to pick them up, and it is one of the 2 Starbucks stops in the park. So right through here they will make you up a Starbucks drink, and you can walk around with your tasty beverage. Now last time I was here, I did do that, and I ended up with some of the macaroons that they have, and they were so good. So good. But yeah, that's the Sullivan's Mill area. Now we're gonna go over by the candle shop. Now, if you like candles, this is a place where you can get some really unique ones, but also you can dip your own. And so inside these doors right here, let's see if we can go in. I don't know if we can, we'll try. Here we go. And guys, in here, it smells so good. Look at this though, isn't it beautiful? Yeah, they have all sorts of different kinds of wax melts, candles, and then in the back is where you dip your own candles. Oh, it smells so good. And I always end up picking up a few of these and just sniffing them whenever I'm in here because they just smell so good. But we won't loiter. We'll keep it moving. We have a few other things to do here. Let's see. I feel like some of this looks a bit different. It may not, but it feels a slight bit different. Maybe just ever so slightly since I was here last time. I don't know. It's just really nice. I think maybe it's because the last time I was here, it was Christmas time, so it's playing tricks with my mind. But let me show you something else that's really beautiful. Look at this. Absolutely beautiful. And again, with the flowers, it just really stands out and pops. And you'll see that different times of the year, this looks different despite being the exact same piece. So that's kind of really cool. And isn't this just so intricate? Look. Yeah. Again, I am going to be back a little bit later this week to go ahead and finish filming because I couldn't manage to get all the way through my 5 punches. So we'll be back and I'll be sharing even more of the fine details with you on that. Now, in this direction is normally where during Christmas they have the Arch of Lights. They have 5 different entryways, and this is one of them. If we're going in this direction, we hear the train over here. So let's walk slowly over in this direction, see if we can't catch the train. I really love riding the train. The train is very different than the other trains at other theme parks. It has a story that's told during different parts of the year. So during Christmas, they have a Christmas story that's actually touching. And then during this time of year, they have, well, you'll just have to come here and see it. I can't tell. If you've seen videos of Silver Dollar City before, you already know, but it's a Western-y theme and it's just super, super fun. But the train here is very, very unique because whenever you get to the point that it stops, the reason why they actually stop there is so that it can build up steam to get going again. And so they created, instead of it being a problem of needing to do that, they created this really fun interaction. So that's kind of cool too. But I think we are going to catch it. I'm just going to get a little closer to it so we don't bobble as I walk faster, faster, faster. And yep, here it comes. Here it comes. Just a little bit more. Oh no. Oh no. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Ready for this? Here is the train. Maybe, maybe.
Yeah, this is right up by it. Either right up this hill you're at.
There we go. There is ye old train right there. This is my favorite part. Woohoo! Now people will exit the train and then they'll reload and then they'll come back down this way. So let's walk this way just a little bit so we can catch it as it departs again. Usually the turnaround is pretty quick. So we'll just kind of go over here to the shaded area, chit chat for a minute. Now the train goes around and I want to say it's like a 10-15 minute train ride. And it goes all the way around the park. They talk to you, they tell you different facts about the park. And during Christmas time, they sing Christmas carols. So yay, that's kind of fun too. But I like it because as we look over here, there are various points where you have viewpoints. So as it goes under here, people up here can see it. And then as it goes past that, there is an area like right over here that it actually goes over people. So the people below can see it also. So that's kind of neat. So yeah, super, super fun. One of the most popular things that everyone has to do almost every time they come to the park, definitely. I would definitely suggest, if you like trains, ride this one. Very, very good. But then we are about to go in this direction over here after we see the train one more time. So I can show you something else that's kind of neat. Now, again, we're here on a Sunday, so it's a little different. Different things are going on. So yeah, it's kind of fun. But look at it. And while we're waiting on the train to go, definitely no Christmas lights, absolutely. Right now it is not Christmassy time, but I did see some Christmas bows that remained. That was kind of interesting. Oh, you are so welcome, Dan and Marianne. I love sending out stickers. Plus, you were so kind as to share your stickers with me. You were the first stickers I ever received. Now, if you have been to Silver Dollar City before, what did you like the best about it? Let me know, let me know, let me know. I hear something over here that just went off. I think that's one of the water rides over here that's going off. And then you can see right here, this is actually just dumping water right and left. Now you don't get wet there. You just kind of walk past it, but they have tons of water features like that around here. So that's kind of neat. And I know this is a little bit different than my typical video live, but I wanted to show you guys why I enjoy the park, just kind of in a real 3D way, uncut, unedited. Of course, I'll show you a little bit more in detail about the festival on that upcoming video, but we're still waiting on the train. We're still waiting on the train. Oh my. Oh my. Do you guys want to ride a ride? There's one ride that you guys could ride with me, actually. Actually, I don't know if it would work in the ride. I'm not sure if it would stream all the way through. Oh, you're so welcome, Shadow. You are so, so welcome. I want everybody to be able to get out and enjoy the beautiful days, and sometimes we can't get to the park. So I'm hoping that by sharing my experience at the park, you guys can be inspired to find a park near you. This particular park is in Branson, Missouri. This is Silver Dollar City. Says I've never been to the park, but it's on my list. Nice! Oh my goodness, that's awesome. You absolutely should come, and if you can possibly come during the holidays. It's just so festive, it's beautiful, and it's voted one of the best parks in the entire United States. And that is for good reason. Like, I can do a video all day long, but it does not master that feeling of whenever you walk into one of those arches for the first time and it's just like, it knocks your breath out. It really does. It's just gorgeous. It's so pretty. The twinkle lights, amazing. But yeah. Okay, are we getting closer? Are we getting closer? Come on, train, you can do it. I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. They are loading now, so that's good. Now, while we're looking at the train, right over here, they actually have a bear shop where you can build a bear, so to speak, but they also have some other critters. And just beyond that is where the kiddie area is, where they have a little carousel, and then they also have a climbing area. So lots of good fun stuff for kiddos to do. Not to mention, I don't really love to film in the kids sections as much whenever I'm doing a live, especially because I can't go in and make sure that, you know, everything is correctly edited so that people don't feel like they're in the frame. I can't express that enough, guys. I think that that's very important. But they have the Grand Exposition area, which is very kid-friendly, and they also have Fireman's Landing here. Again, very, very kid-friendly, so well-themed, and so neat. I mean, I remember coming here whenever I was a kid and playing on so much fun, but I also think that what they have now, if I were young, oh my goodness, I would totally ride some of the things that they have over there now if they would let me, but I don't know if they like adults doing that. Oh my goodness, you're in Kentucky, yay, that's awesome. Now I will say this, in a minute I am going to have to find a way to plug you guys in because lives kill my battery for some reason, but I do have a battery pack, so we will be doing that. I'm just waiting on the train, But yeah, in fact, let's go get a different view of the train. Let's just move ahead a little bit because they're still going. Let's see. Now, there are a couple of different guest services areas, but this is the one that is over here. During Christmas time, this is the one that you pick up your ornament at. And the ornaments that you can get are based off of how many visits that you make to the park. So you're rewarded for your visits. I'm gonna set you guys down for just a second. Whoop, whoop. Now, as you come to the park and you visit numerous times, what they do is they keep track of it with your season pass. So your season pass tracks all of your different visits, and after you have gone to so many of the festivals, you receive a free ornament that has the year and the special thing on it, which is super, super fun. Let's see. Oh, this is on another video that I have coming. You guys are gonna like that one. Where is it? Let's see, there's a camera. We got a tripod in here. One of these days I will make it to the bottom and then we'll plug in and then we'll go and look at some other stuff. Here we go. Ooh, hang on. We can do this fast. Let's do it. Okay, here we go. Plugging you guys in. There you are. Now I'm gonna turn and let you guys watch this while I put my stuff in my bag again. Here it comes. Again, I love the train so much. It's such a fun experience. Everyone should ride the train at least once. Yes, here it comes. Wasn't that cool? Wasn't that cool? Okay, so we're almost finished with the bag here, and then we're on to our next adventure. I just got to get it all zipped up. But yeah, the train is the neatest thing. Now, again, it being an 1800s based attraction, I think that it's really nice that they focus on keeping some of those kind of elements. Plus they have some other ones, including Fireman's landing area. It has the fire theme, but all of like the fire trucks look like they would have been around the 1800s also. And then if you go ride the oldest roller coaster in the park, which is Fire in the Hole, it is all about the bald knobbers. Now, if you have watched my videos for a while, you saw that I did a video of Shepherd of the Hills. Shepherd of the Hills has a program that is actually based off of some of the earliest settlers of the area. And amongst those were some bad bald knobbers. They were the bad guys. And basically they would terrorize people. So one of the things that I love about the fact that they have Fire in the Hole is it actually is based off of those same bald knobbers, and it shows what they really did, where they would burn the village down. And you go in there and then there's like this one drop, and it's just super fun. It's an older roller coaster and it's indoors, it's a dark ride, but it's so fun and it's one of my favorites. The other one that I really, really love is the Flooded Mine, which is the one that I said, do you want to ride a ride? And that I thought, oh no, that might not work because we might lose signal. That one is also an inside ride, and it's about this old mine that has all these prisoners working in it, and it's flooded. So it's like a water ride that moves kind of slow. So it's kind of fun too. Now, those are the only two rides that are considered to be dark rides that have those kind of things. So that's kind of the neat thing about this park, is both of their dark rides well themed to their time. And so I think that's neat. But now we're gonna go in this direction, where I'm gonna stop up here and let you guys see what it looks like again. Oh, look at this. Hang on, let's read. In fact, here's the walkway. That's again the one that normally has lights. Here's a beautiful flower bed. And then look, a word to the wise. Don't look over. You'll get smoke in your eyes. Yeah, that's a good warning. This is where the train passes over. Good tip, good tip. So let's go ahead and walk a little bit here. They have beautiful hanging baskets. And then we're at the top of this, where it dumps the water. Now this actually leads us to our next land. And in our next land is where we'll find the thing that we heard make the big poof sound earlier. And that is right over this wall. You see it down there? That is another fun water ride. And that one's neat because people that are outside of the ride can actually shoot water at you. So while you're on it, people can shoot water at you, but you can also shoot water back at them. And so it's just like this really neat, fun experience. You're on a riverboat. Look at that. See how much fun that looks? Great for a hot day like today. Balloon Juggler. I know that I didn't get out for Street Fest. It was so sad. I was in the sad, hot, just kidding. I was in the Southwest with my friends, and I did appreciate that there were tons of people who came out and shared the experience, though. It gave me a little bit of FOMO, that is for sure. But now I'm eating my way through Bluegrass and barbecue. Vicky, you love the train as it gains speed? Absolutely. I love the train as it sounds the horn, too. I think that that is just amazing. And you can hear it for miles and miles outside of the park, too. That's kind of cool. Right here, there's actually a pretty nice little breeze also as we're looking at this paddle wheel. Going. Look though, if you stare off to kind of the right of the wheel there, there's some targets also that you can shoot. So that's kind of a fun one. And you did see there are some adults on it, but it is primarily a kids ride. But again, adults can get on it. It's just mostly a kids ride. So we're gonna hop down and we're gonna go around this little loop-de-loop. Oh, we just missed it. It'll do it again in a little bit, maybe by the time we get down there. Now, as we go down this ramp right here, get a better view of this. Let me get out of the sun. And here we go. I just love how much water that they have here in this park. It sounds so nice. And especially as you're around during the later part of the evening, it's just very peaceful. It scoops up the water. It turns the wheel at the top. There it goes. And every so often on a hot day like today where there's a gentle breeze, some of that water just spills over. I'm not even mad at it. It feels really, really good. It feels really, really good actually. In fact, all of these little shaded areas throughout the park, they give you all these nice little reprieves. So this is definitely a good time of year to visit, because even though it can get pretty crowded because everybody wants to come out to the theme park and enjoy all the rides, if you're willing to be a little bit patient as you walk around, you can have a really wonderful experience. I've been looking for all of the interesting perspectives as I've been going around. There's a lot of different things that if you take time in the park, you really find. And I think that I've found several new ones this time. So I don't know if they were here last time or I just missed them, or if they're truly new discoveries. Howdy, how are you doing? Okay, so this is another theater. Now, whenever the world shut down and got a little weird, one of the things that they did was explore outdoor theaters, and this one was a big hit, the Tom and Huck stage. So they kept it, and I really like that because look at this. It's nice. So in this area, during different times of the year, they do different kinds of shows on the stage down here and then also on the stage over here. One of my favorite ones that they did was whenever they had the chuck wagon guys out and they turned all of the stuff and set up in this section too, and they did demos of what it would be like to be on a chuck wagon, but also they did roping demos, they showed trick roping, they showed all sorts of cool stuff. And look guys, we have a little friend. Hi! That's the other thing that's very nice about this park. You'll see lots of nature just running down the little areas. And there's enough green space that you can truly just appreciate the moments. And I really, really like that. Now, something I touched on in one of my other videos is whenever they built this park, they actually did so with one goal. They wanted to preserve as much of the natural space as they could, because that was what made them want to put the park here in the first place. I mean, it's gorgeous. The hills, they still roll. The trees are still everywhere. And in fact, if they come to a new area and they have to take down a tree, they plant trees to replace the tree that they had to take down. So a lot of times in a park, they want you to be in the most efficient way to get from point A to point B. And sometimes that's just a straight line plowing through everything. And they do that. But here they would rather meander and have these little hidden passageways that you can enjoy here and there. The little quiet reflection spaces in addition to the fun rambunctious spaces. And I really appreciate that because it does truly make it feel like you are in a natural space still, despite being in the middle of a theme park. So that's kind of cool also. But the other thing that makes Silver Dollar City so cool is the fact that they have people called citizens who work here as opposed to workers. And whenever you look at it from the perspective of it's a citizen versus a worker, what they mean is the people who work here are part of the actual family. And I think that that's just really cool because when you see people, they're actually proud to be here. They're excited to be here. They're very friendly. And it's not just because they're getting paid to be friendly. They actually like their jobs. And they also honor those people for their years of service in various ways. So along the front part of the park, which we're going to go to in just a few minutes, there is a whole section where you find all of these little historic buildings. And then there are some trees that are planted for the long-term service people. And you can go back there and you'll see a little sign that just says, hey, you know, this is for this. And then also around the park, you'll find all these different signs that have different names on them. Now, to the average person who's visiting the park, you might think, oh my goodness, that's just a lot of signs. But no, those are not just regular signs. The names on those signs actually reflect people who have been with the park and who have served with the park for a certain amount of years. And so as you're going along in Silver Dollar City, check out those signs because those names are people who have been here, done that, and been there for you guys who are visiting the park. And I think that that's just really cool. Ooh, there it goes again. Let's see. So right now we're sitting down in the little theater area, as you see. It's nice and pretty and green. Now some seats will, because the trees are here, have a little bit of an obscured view. So if you are wanting to come to a show that's like this, just get here a little bit early so you can pick your seat accordingly. But it's just kind of nice. They have nice even walkways along this side and along that side. And despite the fact that there are so many hills in this location, there are a lot of different accessibility measures that are taken. Now they want to make sure that everyone can come here and feel as though they have a space. So they've made sure that the paths are nice and wide and flat, and even though there's hills, they have places that you can go to avoid some of those hills also. So that's kind of nice also. And I've noticed that while I'm here today and every time that I visit, there are people of all ages. So literally young kids that are like babies all the way up to like adults and elderly people and things like that. So I think that that's great. Parks usually target a smaller demographic than I think this one does, and I think this one targets a larger, broader demographic by the choices that they make when it comes to the music, the layout, the theming, things like that. Okay, let's see. Sometimes unwelcome nature. Yes, sometimes, absolutely. Copperhead in the Cave does not sound fun at all. In fact, I am now terrified. Oh no, why did you tell me that? I'm so scared of snakes. What else do we have here? In the late 1960s, my dad ran the general store. Oh, that is so cool. Very, very cool. Also in the late 60s, I worked in the park also. See, that's what I'm talking about. This is a family situation. Lots of people come here and they come with their families, but they don't realize that behind the scenes, there's also a very large family structure. Not just, hey, we all work together, but actual families actually working in the park. And I think that's awesome. Yeah, I didn't go to the office that day, nor would I. Let's see, we're about to hit the road again and go to another place. So we are about to be off. I may actually get a drink in a second too. I'm not sure. We may make it a little bit further before I do that. But let's go to at least one more place before I call it alive. Again, I'm going to be back in the park a little bit later this week, so I do want to possibly do another live. We'll see how that works. I always like to share what's going on with you guys when I can. I have not recovered from the gnat I ate. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Let's see. We're passing by the bottom part of this. So let me show you what it looks like from this level. Here it is. Look here. Okay, cool. Whoop, there we go. See, isn't that neat? I wish this was here when I was a kiddo. Super, super fun though. Whoop, and out of the hole we go. Now, as we walk in this direction, this is where we will find where they have Santa during Christmas. And then in this direction, we have the Dockside Theater. They have a lot of different performers who have performed at the Dockside, but one of the ones that I always remember was the Cajun Connection. They are no longer performing at the park. In fact, they've retired from that. But now they have a really good show here also that I really like how they have adapted much of the music, where they have kind of a nice blend of different kinds of sounds. And it's just a really fun show. Maybe that's the one I'll stream. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to stream a show. I'm going to try to, at least, just so you guys can get a taste. But I'll show you what the theater looks like. Silver Dollar City is known for their amazing music. In fact, music is what a lot of people actually come here. Some people come for the rides, yes. Some people come for the music. But this is the down by the riverside area that they perform in. And this is what this theater looks like. All the theaters are pretty decently sized. This one is an outdoor theater, but it does have that reprieve from the sun. And I really enjoy this one because of the music that they have. I like the nice fusion. It's very, very good. And then as we look over to this side, that is the Smokehouse. And the Smokehouse has several items on the tasting passport right now that are so good, guys. Oh my gosh, so good. Then they also have these little outlets out from the Smokehouse where they have even more options. And I'm just gonna tell you this, I tried the crazy corn. Now I'm not gonna tell you what I thought about the crazy corn because you're gonna have to see the video, but the crazy corn has 4 different options and I had a very hard time deciding which one I wanted to try. It was hard, guys. When I come to Silver Dollar City, I always am just a struggle bus because there's too many options for me. In fact, if I could spend a week here, I probably still couldn't eat my way through the park all the way. but I try every single time. I come without eating breakfast in the morning, so I'm extra hungry, and from there it's just kind of food coma. I'm just saying. Let's see if we can catch Mystic River Falls by chance. They were up and going earlier, and then they stopped for a little bit, and then they were up and going again. Oh, perfect timing. Here we go. Yes. There's Mystic River Falls. This is, of course, one of the turns right here. Now, the big part is actually over here. Now, if you don't know what Mystic River Falls happens to be, it is the tallest drop of a water ride in its kind. So very, very interesting to see. I need a drink, I think. I must recover from the gnat that I ate. Hello, Brock. What's up? Let's see. I can't see the comments right now because there's a glare, but let me show you something else. Here we go. Look at this. So this is the world famous cinnamon bread stop at Clarabelle's. This is the other Starbucks stop right here. This place is always packed, and in fact earlier there was a line out the door, so I'm surprised it isn't right now. And through this window where everyone is looking, you can actually see how they make the bread. So let's go see if we can. Now this is fascinating to watch, so I'm hoping that we can see. Let's see. Here we go. Now you can see she's hard at work in there. They make so many loaves of cinnamon bread every single day. I sat and watched one day for about 20 minutes, and I want to say she probably put together 100. But that stuff is so good, and I always make that my last stop in the park. But sometimes, because I do that, I don't end up with cinnamon bread. So if you are interested in cinnamon bread, get there early if you can. And if you want enough of it, they will take it up to the front and have it waiting for you whenever you leave. So we are going past Mystic River Falls back here. You can see everybody is looking on anxiously. There are also some water squirters right there. So some people are probably being very mischievous. And let me turn this around real quick. Here is Mystic River Falls. And then over there, they actually have lockers and dryers. Now, those are important because you can take nothing on that ride. So you're going to want to put everything away, and you will get wet. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You're going to get wet. So it's definitely a good summer ride. But with that said, if you get a Trailblazer Pass, you can only go on that once with the Trailblazer Pass, because otherwise people would go on it like 7,000 times a day because it's super fun. You can see here, they have a lot of decorations out for the Bluegrass and barbecue. Again, all festive. Super nice. And let's see. Let's turn it around a little bit so you can get a better look. There you go. Now this is the Riverfront Playhouse, and they have a show also, but I did not catch this one today, so I'm going to have to come back and catch this one on another day. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. It might get 1 gallon in the gas tank. Isn't that about the truth? LOL. Okay, so as we're looking over here, this is the Dockside Grill. They have some items that are on the tasting passport also. And then over here, they have ices. Now, last time I was here, they had a food booth there, and now they have a drink booth, which I can honestly say I appreciate that that's there. Especially with it being so hot, I think that that is the more valuable thing at this moment. They have tons of other food booths. There's tons of places that you can get food. So that is something that comes in handy, having the cold drinks. And since it is one of those make your own things, you can choose your own adventure with the flavors. And so maybe I should do that. Maybe I should do that. I don't know. But I think what we're gonna do now is we're gonna make our way past the Riverfront Playhouse and toward our next destination, which is just a nice little place right over by the Riverfront Playhouse. It is this really beautiful piece of the Ozarks. Look at this. Again, another beautiful place to just stop and relax for a minute, take in some of the sights and sounds, but also this is a great shaded space so that if you need a shaded space, you can come and look at something kind of tranquil. There's music in the background, of course. You have this bird who is apparently having a little bit of an attitude over here, moving all the moss. But yeah, this is absolutely beautiful, and I really appreciate that they have all these little natural touches like this. It's just nice. Super, super nice. And then there goes that train. There goes that train. It says the park used to have several coaches pulled by horses and mules. Actually, that is a very fascinating story in itself too. I learned a little bit more about that last time that I was here. So one of the things that I learned was the man who did the Wild West kind of chuck wagon show, he actually is in possession of one of those. And one of the other things that I learned was the mules and horses that they used, after they were decommissioned, many of them still remained in the petting zoo area, and I thought that was really, really neat too. So a good history, good piece of history. I love that. Also, if you kind of look around the park, you'll find little glimpses of those kinds of things. All of the little peepholes that they have around the park, they're like, don't look here, but they actually want you to look. A lot of them have little models, photos, things like that of those very times, and that's kind of cool. And if you get really curious, find a good citizen who's been here for a while. They'll give you some great stories as to some of the things that have happened in the park over the years and where some of those things ended up. I think that that's great. There are also some little hidden nuggets around the park. And as you're walking around, you can find some of the pieces of former rides now used as decor. And I think that that's kind of neat also. Let's see, what else do we have here? Fire in the hole! Absolutely! I would totally take you guys on that ride, but I can't. Let's see, what else do we have here? Daisy May. Oh, okay, I see this now. Daisy May from Dog Patch. I actually went to Dog Patch before it closed, and I have somewhere at some point in time, probably whenever Johnny Morris ends up opening that property, I will go back and visit, because allegedly, and I don't know this for sure, but I've seen it on a couple different news broadcasts, they're going to incorporate small pieces of both the granite mine and then also small pieces of Dog Patch into their new property. And I would really love it if they did, because those were some really super fond memories. And if they do, and I make a video in the future about that, I will make sure to share some of my memories that I have. In fact, there's this one, guys. There's this one where I was in one of those little yellow canoes, and I refused to come back. I was having the time of my life, which explains so much, because I was always an adventurous kid, but that just makes so much sense. I did not want to come back. I was determined I was going to stay on the water forever, and it was just such a fun thing, and I still remember it to this day, but I also have a little video somewhere. So it was in the early big VHS kind of days. So if I can find that, I will share it with you guys. But we are about to get on the move again. Let me show you a view real quick of where we are and where we're going. So right now, again, we are at the Dockside Grill. Right over here, they have the Pearl Shack, where you can actually go pearl hunting. And then right beyond that is Fireman's Landing. Now, again, I'm not gonna go into Fireman's Landing right now because there are a lot of kiddos here and I don't want them to be in the frame and then their parents feel uncomfortable. I try to always respect that. It's very important to me that we respect that. But what we are going to do is we are going to make a turn instead, and we're going to go up to yet another show place and to where they have pottery. The Pottery Place is one of my favorite places to go when I'm here, especially when they're doing demos. So crossing our fingers that we will be there at the right time. That will also bring us back to where we were at the Tater Twists, and we'll be making a turn from there in a different direction this time. So let's walk. We're walking. And as we're walking around, again, theming everywhere from high to low. When you're here, look down at the ground. All of the chalk signs are actually done by hand. There's a man who works in the park. His name is Terry Sanders. He does an amazing job at so many things, but that is one of the things that he's good at. You would think that they use a stencil. They don't. He actually does it by hand. I saw him doing it one day and I was just in awe. But also, as you look up, you might be interested to know that there are a lot of like little hidden things even above. Now, I'm not going to reveal all the secrets. You're going to have to come out here and just do some I spy kind of stuff, but I think you'll enjoy it. So, as we're going up this way, we just passed Fireman's Landing, and now we are going up this little hill. And as we go up this little hill, this is normally where you see a ton of pumpkins during pumpkins. In fact, up here and then right there, there's like this massive pumpkin patch. And then off to the left-hand side, there is the entrance to the big, huge pumpkin display. It's only open during certain times of the year, but it's so neat whenever you do get to see it. It's really, 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 really neat. So, let's see. Let's move things around a little bit. And again, we're walking, beautiful trees, beautiful day. Now, they do have a few smoking sections. Not something I personally do, but if you need one, there's one. Yay. Let's see what we have here. Oh my goodness, a fellow envier. Yay! So glad that you're visiting with me today on my trip through Silver City. Now, as we're here, let's look up. Now, this tower right here currently doesn't do that much, but at one point in time, they had a log flume slide that would come off of it. And I remember that. It was so fun, but it was kind of sketchy feeling. Like it was that foamy stuff, so it felt kind of weird, but it was so fun. So yeah, now there's just this big tower. And there's a story behind that too. I don't know if I'm supposed to tell the story on that one though, so we'll leave that to Silver City. But here we are. We are now at the Pottery Place. Now, at the Pottery Place, you can find all sorts of fun things, everything for every kind of occasion possible. In fact, they have some of their little ghosties up here right now. And then as we go in, it's beautiful, isn't it? Isn't this amazing? So every kind of pottery for every kind of scenario that you could ever be interested in inside here. So many beautiful things. So yeah, that's why we like the Pottery Shop. But in addition, back here in the back, sometimes they're doing a demo. Right now it looks like they are not doing one, so we missed it, but just wanted to bring you in here anyway. It's a very nice place to stop. And then we get back out the door and off to the next adventure. Woo! That wind on the way out. They get you on the way in, they get you on the way out. It's nice either way. Oh my goodness, thank you so much, Kathy. Now, as we're going over here, this is where the train actually crosses. And so they always have an attendant here to make sure that nobody is in the way when the train is coming. They block it off so that people don't get hurt. But again, here is that tower right there. Now, during the holidays, there is a massive American flag that is all lit up that hangs from that right there. So that's pretty cool. And then, let's see, we're gonna keep it going. And right there, there's our Tater place again. So as you can see, you can kind of make big circles around this place, but they do have an app to negate some of that. So if you are interested in coming, download the app. When you get here, get on the Wi-Fi as soon as you get here. It works for phones, it just wouldn't work for the GoPro. And then just start to explore. They have 3 or 4 different tabs. They have one for food, they have one for shopping, and they will have one for shows. And each one of them tells you a little bit about where you might want to go. Now, we are gonna go and see if we can find the next place, which is the Glassblowing place. Here we go. We are back up here by some of the other Tater Patch stuff. They do have some more skillets in this area also. Now, this place right here, they had something whenever I was here last fall. They were like little tater balls. Oh my gosh, they were delicious. In fact, I would like to know how they made them because I would like to recreate them. But I don't think they're gonna share their secrets. That's okay. So, let's see. I think we're gonna stop here for a second. Yeah, right here should be good. That is where that ride that we looked at earlier, that's where that starts off. Again, that's the Time Traveler. Super neat. And then, as we look in this direction, you have like Dippin' Dots, you have the Minute Maid shop. This place has really good fried chicken sandwiches. There's a little photo stop there. And then just beyond that is where we're going next. In fact, we passed by this a while ago, but I didn't show you some of the shops. So we're making our way to the main area that whenever you come in the park, you would see. And we're gonna pass by a few of these locations. So here's where we found the skillet, right here. And there's that. Ooh. Oh, he's working in there, yeah. Hang on, we gotta look at this again. Ooh. Yummy, yummy. Showing off a little bit for us, that was awesome. So in this area though, as we pass that part, there are some different shops. Now, there's one that's a bath and body shop. Then there's one that's a Christmas shop year round. And that is one of my favorite places if I need a little pick me up, because Christmas just brings you joy no matter what time of year it is. So, do you guys need a little joy? Do you? Let's just walk right in. Let's walk in. Let's see old St. Nick. Here he is. Woohoo! There he is. But inside Christmas Hollow, this is joyful. There you go. See that, guys? Isn't it beautiful? Christmas year round. I think everybody needs a little touch of Christmas here and there. So yeah, if you need joy, come to the Christmas shop. I'm just saying. It totally brings a smile to your face. There's no way you can not have a smile whenever you go in here. Plus it smells like Christmas, which is amazing. So, now that we have made it back here, this is where we went to the swinging bridge earlier, but right across from that, right over here is the place we're going next. We're going to go see if they're blowing any glass right now. I don't know if they are, but we're gonna go through and I'll show you what they create here. Now, normally they do a demo at 9:30 and 4:45 on Sundays. So I think I missed it, but we're gonna go see just in case. Whew. No, we did miss it, guys. We're not here at the right time, but this is where they do it. They do their demos right here. They create some amazing pieces. And then if you're interested in some of those pieces, you can go into this area and actually purchase them. Now, something I love about the park is they have signs like this all around, so you can meet the people who are important to the park and see a little bio and a photo, which is cool. But look at these. Isn't it beautiful? Now this place always a little bit makes me nervous also, because I'm always afraid I'm gonna bump into something. But wow, they're so pretty. I love, love, love this place. Look at the details. Aren't they amazing? Even have like a little turkey here too. And then one of my favorite things, look up and look down, always at Silver Dollar City. It will always surprise you. So, yeah. Now, with that said, I am going to take myself outside so I do not by accident break something. You don't understand. I have a big bulky bag. I am walking in very much a straight line. I do not want to touch anything because I might do something terrible by accident. Oh, okay. We successfully navigated away from the breakable items. And now I can use both my hands again. Cool. Very cool. Now, they do demos here at the Glassblowing Shop on various times. Again, it's on the app. They also do blacksmith demos here. And they have the candle dipping. They have the candy shop. Ooh. And then as we're going to the candy shop, actually, you cross over this big bridge right here. And if you cross over at the right time, you will hear Galloping Horses. And during Christmas, you will hear Galloping Horses with jingle bells. That's right, jingle bells. Yep, I'm gonna start singing it in my head now. Good times. Good times. Oh, in fact, there it went. There were the horses. We were just a couple minutes too early. So, here is the candy shop right here. The candy shop has brittle displays, and they also do demos of how they stretch the brittle. They do that several times a day, and when they make the brittle, you get a free sample. So if you are here at the time that they are doing one of these, get your free sample. It's so good. But then if you like what you sampled, you can go next door into the actual candy shop and purchase more brittle. It is so, so good. In fact, it's one of my favorite places to pick up just something little and tasty along the way. And it was actually on one of my free bites videos that I did for here in Silver Dollar City also, because you do get that little free nugget. Now, the other place that I would suggest if you're wanting a free little tiny something is the Taffy Shop. Taffy Shop is on the main square, and they do a free little piece whenever they're spinning out the new taffy. And you get to see how it's made also and hear the stories of the history of the stretching of the taffy. Just a really cool experience, really cool historic experience. And the taffy is so, so good. Now, something that a lot of people don't know whenever they come to Silver Dollar City is everything you find in that candy shop, for the most part, is actually made here on the property. And you can find a little sticker on either the sign above it or on the packaging itself that tells you if it was made here in the park. Now, they don't make it all in the demo kitchen that we see though. They have a kitchen that is below us that they make a lot of stuff, and it's like a huge industrial kitchen where these women work very hard to produce the amazing quality of candy that they have here in the park. And I think it's just wonderful because the food is good, but the candy will take you to a new level of candy. It's just creamy, delicious milk chocolate. The crunch of the brittle is perfect. It's not overdone. It's not so crunchy that it hurts your teeth and gets stuck in them really bad. And then some of the other candies that they have in there, so delicious. Not to mention they also have taffy in this one too. So there's that, but we're off to our next location once again. So let's go. We're off. This is a long live today, guys, but I'm hoping that you're enjoying the park and seeing all of the fun stuff that I always enjoy when I come here. Up here we have one of the blacksmiths. In fact, this is the one that normally is doing something, but again, because it's Sunday, they're not out here doing anything right now. So check this out. Here we go. So this is the Blacksmith Shop area. They make lots of different things. They can make you a custom sign like these right here, but they also make all sorts of other stuff. And it's interesting because typically whenever you're here on a busy Friday or Saturday, you'll have one guy working over here and another one working over here. And they will talk to you and tell you what they're doing, how they're doing it, and everything like that also. So that's kind of cool. But I hear music. We might actually be able to catch part of a show. That would be super fun, right? Let's see. Yeah, I think we're gonna be able to catch maybe the tail end of this. Woo-doo. So, I guess I'm walking up a hill to do. Okay, so the area that we're in now is actually the area that you enter into the park. So this is where I got my tasting passport earlier today. There are a general store over here, another place to eat, and then there's this stage in front of us. See? You never know what you're going to find when you're just walking around. And if you are interested in coming to the park, they have something called a Pathfinder that will also tell you when they are performing. So, while they're finishing up their show, I'm actually going to go in this direction, show you guys a few more things since we came in a little bit late. So, this is, again, the little store, the general store, and then over here is the place that you go and eat. But one of the things that I really appreciate about this park is this section right over here. This is the old Wilderness Church, and this was an actual church that was brought in, built here, done regular services, but it has a beautiful view, and I think it's absolutely just a great touch for what it is that they do here. Here you go. It's just in the perfect setting. It's very pretty. It's very peaceful. And it says quiet please because they have church in service. I don't see anybody in there, but we're going to respect that and not go in. But you can go in and they actually have pews. And toward the back, they have this big, huge glass window that looks out on the forest behind. And right here, they have this, which is the Liberty Tree. The Liberty Tree is something that they recognize here in the park, in addition to several other really unique things. Now this building over here, it serves a lot of purposes. They have had shows here. They have had interactive things here. I have seen the Homestead Pickers here numerous times. They also have a stage that's kind of down behind this that they perform at as well. I think it really depends on the time of year and also the crowd. But it's a gorgeous old cabin that looks just really nice. But one of the things that you would not know seeing this and seeing what it looks like is that all of the buildings that are built here on the park are actually built here on the park by milling down the wood right over here. In fact, this guy over here, he prepares the logs so that they can use them on various structures. And you can usually see him out here just like scraping, cutting, doing all sorts of things. But yeah, you can see this building and it's just really, really pretty. And indeed, the Homestead Pickers, yes, they are performing here right now, probably because it's warmer, they have a shade, and yeah, it's kind of neat. So here's where people would sit, and then the pickers would set up on the porch here. And in fact, let's just get a perspective of what it would be like to a kid. And in fact, oh, now it's confused. Oh, it doesn't know what it's doing. It doesn't know what it's doing. It's doing what it did the last time I did a live, guys. So this is where the pickers perform. And in fact, I have been coming to see the pickers in this very spot, in other various spots across the whole park for several years. Whenever I was a little kid, Danny Aiken, who is one of the guys who is from the Homestead Pickers, I remember seeing him whenever he would perform in a pavilion that was over in this direction, actually. Now, remember how we talked about the signs? Well, if you look up there, that's Becker's Pickin' Parlor, 25 years. Becker is one of the guys who is in the Homestead Pickers, so it's only fitting that it's right here. So, I think that that's just kind of a cool place for that particular sign and totally fitting. But as we kind of move over here, this is where they mill down the logs so that they can build the different buildings. And again, they do demos here all the time. You can just happen upon it, watch for a little while, chit chat, and then keep it moving. Now, next to that, we also have some other information about the cabin and all of the different things. So the ones that are not built on property are all historic. And so whenever you're seeing them, you'll see a cabin that looks like it might have been here for years and years and years, and it'll be here for like 20 years. Then you'll see another one and it'll be like 1800s. The fact that they can blend this so seamlessly is amazing. It really is. So many of the different things on the property, you would never know if it's old or new unless you read those signs. So I think that's kind of cool. Now, again, beautiful view. Now, right here is where they do the massive Christmas tree whenever you're visiting during Christmas. That one is the one that they do the light show on. And all of the downtown area, or the Main Street area, very well lit, super themed, gorgeous. And yeah, I hope you guys can see now why I like coming to Silver Dollar City. It's just really pretty. And again, during different times of the year, you see different festivals, different cool stuff. Just refreshing. Hello from a Sticks and Bricks in NYC. I'm glad that you're appreciating it. Yay! Hi, Kelly. Brock, you have to come. Food mission. I'm just saying. You'll like all of it, but food mission. Yum, yum, give me some. Yeah, the food, I'm telling you, the food here is legit. Whenever you guys see this food video that will be coming out, you will just be, first of all, in a food coma just by watching, because there's a a large amount of food, but also I think that it'll really blow your mind as to how many different kinds of things that they have in park. And if you're really interested in that now, before that video comes out, go and check out my tasting passport for the Harvest Festival, where they themed everything to pumpkins, and they had like pumpkin butter and pumpkin jams, and they had like a pumpkin curry. I mean, just like a little bit of everything. What state is this in? This is in Missouri. So this is in Branson, Missouri. So a nice Midwest park. In fact, it's voted one of the best in the nation, which I think is absolutely fitting by the way that they have worked on this. And for those people who are interested in coming to this, there's a lot more that the particular people who own this property actually own. In fact, this is owned by a group of people who also own like the Harlem Globetrotters, and they own Dollywood, and they own Kings Island, things like that. So a lot of history here in the park itself, but also within the group as a whole. Also, something else that's kind of fun that you guys might want to know, I can't take you there because I will obviously lose signal, but did you know that this park was actually built as a result of not necessarily just wanting a park? They have a cave here, and that is what made the whole park happen. They needed something for people to do while they were waiting to go into the cave. And so they started out with like a couple small buildings just to kind of keep people entertained. And the more that they sat there and noticed that people were coming in, the park started to become the main character a little bit. And while the cave is still main character, do not get it in any way confused. People still go to the cave like nobody's business, but the park itself has taken on a life of its own, and now it is hosting world-class festivals and numerous world-class festivals every single year. Yay, your state, awesome. But yeah, I think that that's what's great about it, is it started out as something that was just this little thing, and then the legacy and the legend began to grow. And the reason why they called it Silver Dollar City was because of the little silver dollars that they would give back as change. That was kind of their marketing strategy. When people come here, they would give them silver dollars in exchange for whatever that they were needing in their change, and people would think that was just so cool, and they'd go back into their communities and they'd have these silver dollars and spend them, and people be like, where did you get that? And it was a word of mouth movement that eventually turned into Silver Dollar City. And so it is a fascinating story, and the more that you deep dive into this one, if I could convince somebody here at the park to let me do the full history on this place, oh my goodness, I totally would, because it's just so awesome. In fact, the people who work here, the more that you talk to them, the more you hear those stories, and the more you're just in awe of how amazing this place is to so many people, realistically. Hello, Rachel from the Philippines. Oh, so nice of you to come by the live. I'm so glad that you caught one. Used to be Silver Dollar City at Marvel Cave Park. Yes, exactly. It used to be the park that was just part of the bigger picture, and now this is the bigger picture, and then there's the cave. Greg Travels, hello. Branson has grown so much. Absolutely it has. In fact, every time I come back, I was saying this earlier, every time I come back, there's more and more to see. There are so many amazing places to stop, so many cool attractions. In fact, last night, whenever I was driving in, I noticed that there was a route that I had never taken despite being here all these times. And I think that's what the coolest thing about coming up here as much as I do is I discover something new each time. And then again, I have someone who's from the area who sent me like this massive list of all the things that I haven't done yet. Some of which I have done, I just haven't done videos for. And then other things that I just didn't know were even there. So I'm gonna be tackling some of those and sharing them in hopes that other people will get out and see those maybe for the first time also. It always makes me happy to see people who have seen the playlist and have said, oh my goodness, I didn't know that was there. And then they go have an experience and they have a smile on their face too. I think that's the coolest thing about Branson is there's something for everyone here. And so whether you like country music or bluegrass music or gospel music or even rock music, you can occasionally find a little bit of everything. I mean, down at the landing, they even have an Irish pub that plays music from Ireland, which I think is super fun. It's been 30 years since you've been to Silver Dollar City, the Cave with Bats. I was in Branson just a few years ago but didn't visit. Well, you are due a trip back, ma'am. Definitely you are due a trip back. There are so many cool things to do here now, and I think that the park itself is absolutely awesome, just in so many different ways. Let's see. You worked here during last February during the Midwest snowstorm. Oh my goodness, that would be a lot. I can only imagine, and this is my thought whenever I hear snowstorm in Silver Dollar City or Branson in general because of all the hills, I can just see myself sliding down. May not actually be the reality, but you know, I do that anyway in my real life land without snow. So I can only imagine with snow, I would. Hello from Ohio. Thank you so much. That's awesome. I'm glad that you're enjoying all the content. I have so many cool things that I've done on this trip as I've come up into Missouri and passed through Arkansas. I even dipped into Illinois and I dipped into Memphis for a short time, so you guys will see all of that. Hi Jessica, how are you? It's reality, absolutely. Oh my goodness, I am a sweating girl though today. Ooh. It got nice and toasty today here in the Ozarks. The nice breeze has passed and now I'm just kind of, I'm excited about a shower this evening for sure. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and start to wrap this up. I am gonna be back in the park a little bit later this week and I may do another live, maybe not a walkthrough live, but maybe where I just sit down at a show and let you guys watch a whole show. And if you enjoy it, just leave a thumbs up on it and let me know that you liked it. And if you do, then maybe I'll be able to do more of those things in the future as I kind of travel to different places also. Ice was a problem. The hotel has a big hill. I can only imagine. I'm telling you, I would be that right on down. Oh my goodness, that's awesome, Jessica. That's a good Mother's Day gift too. Hello from Florida. Aw, thank you so much. I always just try to, authenticity is what matters, and this is authentically me all the time. Oh, that is very nice of her, Mom. But yeah, I think that everyone though should come out and experience this at least once in a lifetime. And if you have to pick one time that you put all your eggs in one basket to do it, I would say Christmas. That's my favorite time of year to come here, hands down. The park is wonderful all the time, but Christmas, it turns into this like spectacular 1800s world that also has all these beautiful twinkle lights. There's carolers who are dressed in theme who come around and sing. They have wassail, they have all this delicious food, which again, foodie, just saying. But they're known for their 6.5 million Christmas lights and their larger than life Christmas tree. And there's a reason they've been voted time and time again to be the best park in the nation during Christmas. I'm just saying. Again, I love it all the time. And the history here is one that if you're willing to take the time and learn a bit more about, worth it, worth it, worth it. But if you have one chance and that's it, come during Christmas. Now, with that said, if you do that, make sure you plan in advance just a little bit and book your accommodations because lots of people come here, but it is definitely worth it. Absolutely, try to do it, try to do it. You can do it, I promise. It's amazing. Plus, there's like 4 or 5 other scenic drive-thrus in the area that are just beautiful. And a lot of the things that are going on in town, if you come toward the beginning of December, that's when it's a little bit more mild usually. So they're still open and going. So there's tons of stuff to do. You're going to grow vegetables again. That's awesome. You should go to the Toy Museum. I have been to the Toy Museum. I actually have a video in my collection of not only the Toy Museum, but also the BB Gun Museum, which is attached to it. And I have one of the bears. And also, I believe that there was one other one. Oh, the Star Wars collection that they have. I made sure that one was separate because I knew a lot of people would really love that. So I have 4 separate videos from the Toy Museum in my Branson collection. Go check those out. That place is amazing, though. Oh, thank you so much. I really love to share things like this because I think that this is what really does share the experience with you guys. I love to share the individual videos, but at the same time, just showing you an uncut live so you can see that what I am showing you in the videos is actually the amazingness of this park. And it's not just me cutting up the best parts because this park is one of those places that every part is the best part. So I wanted to definitely highlight that because I think it's important for places like this to get that representation because they're so awesome. Again, I've been coming here since I was a kid, and if you can captivate me as a kid and still captivate me as an adult, that says something. Well, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. We have been on here for 84 minutes. We took a long trip through the park today, and I now officially need to cool off, and I also need to get something to drink. So I'm gonna go do that, and then I will see you guys a little bit later this week. Normal uploads. I'm still catching you guys up to my trip up here. I have something huge coming up on Tuesday. I mean, huge. Like, you're going to see it and you're going to freak out completely. You're going to be so excited. And Tuesday, whenever that video comes out, I want you to leave comments in it of what you think and how excited you are, because you're going to be excited, because I am super excited. But I'm gonna get out of here. I'm going to go and get something to drink, and I think Brock is right. I may go get some ice cream because Hannah's ice cream shop doesn't have a line right now, and the ice cream there is so good. And I think, actually, maybe it might be on my tasting passport. Maybe. No. Yes, it is. They have a red, white, and blue artesian ice cream cone. So I might get that, or an artisan ice cream cone. I can't talk today. I'm tired and I need water. But I think that that's what we're going to do, and I have appreciated each and every one of you for coming along. And I will put this up for the replay if you want to share it with friends so that they can see parts of the park. So I will see you guys a little bit later, but Tuesday. I'm just telling you, Tuesday. Bye, guys.